Hey guys, it's Jim Bounds at Motorhome Rehab Ranch, and this video today is about the entry door and the lock system. There have been a lot of threads on Facebook and things like that about this lock system, this latch assembly and this lock. Now, as you know, this, or maybe you don't, my coach is a 1973. We know this because it has this stainless steel plate on it. And I'll show you what that's about in a minute, but basically, the first year was originally set up and stamped for a different latch. It was a Bargman latch. And over the first year, when they put out the first one, they found that the Bargman latch had a problem, but all the doors were already stamped for the first year and in catalog. So they had to modify the door to handle this latch. The stainless steel plate does the modification, and I'll show you about that later. All right, so you got your key. Lock this way, unlock this way. Don't push it too hard. Lock, unlock. Okay? Couple of rules. Never leave the key in when you open the door because it could hit the side over there and break your key off. Number two, always lock the door with your key. Don't push the button down and then hold the latch. These mechanisms don't like that. Also, you'll never lock yourself out because if you lock it with the key, well, there you go. Okay. Now, there's been a lot of threads on Facebook about this. As you see, I cut this hole here. Boy, I couldn't believe how much response I got to that. You cut a hole in the side? Yes, I did. I'll show you why, and then anything you can come up with is great. The problem with this door, if this door is shut, you cannot access any of these. If this thing comes loose or a pin comes out, you cannot access this panel with it closed because the screws are here. You can't get it out. And if the door's closed and it's locked and you can't get in here, you can't get in there. Even if you cut the hinges or pull the pins out, this pin right here has a break on it, and you will not get the latch loose on this, okay? So to be able to get into this assembly, to this mechanism, I personally feel is really, really important. So we'll talk about it, and if you don't want to do it, that's fine, but at least keep your mind open through what I'm doing here to think about. All right, now, this lock right here, unscrew that, have this off. Take your lower panel off. However, the last 50 years, this thing's got a row of screws in it. Who knows how it was ever put in. Whatever it does to take it down to this point is what you want. Also, on the top, the closeout here, you need to take this off because there are a row of screws right here, and there are a row of screws right here that you must get into to get this panel off, okay? If you're gonna do anything with the door, you do all of it. And I have not put this door up together since I did that window tinting video about tinting this window. So I need to go ahead and put this door back together. So let's take it apart. All right, got these off. There's a row of screws. Now this thing's been off God knows how many times. This has a bunch of straight slot screws in it, which I would tell you, you don't have any straight slot screws in yours, okay? And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the top. So I have 1, 2, 3, and the third one's not doing very much. Let's see if we can get it out. When we put this back in, I'll pop rivet it. And any of the coaches that we built over the years at Co-op, we pop riveted this in right here. Why? Because it was really tight in there, and there's no need to go in here if you've got this here. All right, so we've got all that loose. Now, on the side of this are 4 screws. All right. The outer screw, the outer two, well, inner, these two screws right here, you take out completely. This is a 1/4-20 Phillips head screw. Take this one out completely, and take this one out completely. A lot of people use power tools on this stuff. I prefer to use hand tool because we're not trying to make money at it. We're not trying to do it real fast. We're just trying to do a good job, and we don't want anything to bind. All right, now the second two screws, let me show you again. The second two screws, we want to loosen them. You can see these go right through the metal. These two have a slot that they're in. This comes loose. Now it's loose. You say, well, why won't it come off? You've got this lock, and then you've also got a pin right here. Okay, right there. Pin, and what that pin's doing is holding the inside. There we go. The inside latch mechanism. It's connected right here. I'll show you that in a second. It's connected right here. Come on in here real quick and take a close look at this. This is a new latch assembly. Okay, the part number for that. Get your pins out. The latch is a K294-194R. K294-194R. This is a Kenworth number. It's in one of the phrases with General Motors is, or with our GMC, is it almost fits perfect. You look right here. This pin right here, as you saw, went to the inside latch. This is a Kenworth outside compartment latch assembly. And unless you're a really, really small guy, nobody's inside the compartment. So when they made this latch, they did not make it with the inside pin. Probably the only specification, only few companies or cars that needed it was the GMC. They didn't reproduce that. But you can get it with everything perfect except for this one pin, this interior latch pin. So what you have to do is you take your original assembly, cut that pin off, and tack weld it to the new one. Right there. Sounds a little crazy. Can't just buy the actual original one. You have to buy one and then you have to have it modified. There's no way around it. Sorry. Okay. If you want to replace this, now a lot of people want to replace it because like this one, it was kind of grody and nasty. Okay, you can refinish this and clean it up and make it look a lot better. Okay, if yours is truly shot and truly in bad shape, and I have seen some really bad ones, these are available, but understand you need to do a little bit of modification on it. All right, now this is an original made by Packard in Canada. This is this latch assembly right here. Let me show it to you. Yeah, I'm opening up an original bag just to show you guys. You ought to feel honored. This is the latch assembly right here. And this is the arm. And when you pull up, it opens. Follow? Right there. This is the arm you pull up to get it to unlock. The problem with it is this metal plate's over it and you can't get in there to do it. Now, if you could tie a cable to it and come up to the top or whatever, but you need to be able to push this up to get it to unlock, okay? All right, these 4 screws hold this in place, all right? That's how this thing is held in place. You can get some new screws or whatever. You see how this is made here. Now, this panel has a pin on it, and here's the interior latch assembly. Now, the number for this part is, again, a Kenworth, a K294-195. K294-195. And this catch assembly right here is a 20-08229R. 20-08229R. You can buy, these are available, not readily available, but you can get them. All right, we're getting ready to have some rain here. I wanted to cover a couple other things. If your gasket, this is a hollow core gasket, and it gets flattened out and doesn't work anymore. If you get a single-sided sticky open cell foam of 1/8 inch thick by 3/4 inch, take this out, you put the foam here, and you put the foam right here. That'll make a really good gasket, and this will seal up. All right. Your pin sets. You can see right here how this one is dropped badly. See, there's a big gap here and no gap here. This pin needs to be replaced really bad. Okay. Part number for that is a Dorman 384-10. 384-10 in their helpline. Okay. The lock. This latch assembly is made for an early style lock. When I say an early style lock, there's an early and a late. They're different diameters. Okay? This is made for an early style lock. If you replace this, you're going to have to buy a new lock. Part numbers are, get your pin, the case assembly is a 608043. The key in the tumbler system is a 590-751. And the shaft in it, there's 3 parts of that lock, is a 590-749. 590-749. Those are the parts that you can buy at Kenworth to replace your lock assembly. Also, there's a pin right here that holds it all in. Hopefully yours is in good shape. If not, they also have the pin assembly. Ask them to look at their parts list about that. And if they can't find it or whatever, give me a call. I've probably got it in my file somewhere. This is the only door you have. And it's really important to get it to lock and unlock and open, you know. It's important to have the hinges in good shape. It's important to have the latch assemblies inside and outside working, and this catch. Now, when you put this back on, here's the thing everybody hates. I cut this out right here. Why? Because as you see, when you put this latch back in here, you can get to all of these components, and you can stick your finger in here and push up on that pin that I showed you right there, and you can get in, and which is critical important. This is the only door you have. Look, guys, I hope this helps a little bit. If you want to go further, yes, you can add door pops to it. You can add all kinds of things to it. This is the basic arrangement of how it's worked. Have people use other things? Yes. You can put everything, anything you want in there. But if you use this catch, all you got to do is push up on that catch. So anything you can get to put in there to push up on the catch will work. Great. All right, well, thank you for your time. Getting ready to rain on us here. We're in Florida. That happens a lot. Hit like and subscribe and all those things. Become a ranch hand if you think this is important. Thanks a lot. And support your GMC dealers. I heard on a thread the other day said, well, they're there to support us, and that's true. GMC Network is there to support you, but you need to support it because you are its only customer. You got to remember that. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.